Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into medieval England to unpack the incredible story of a boy with no name, all based on the fantastic novel Crispin the Cross of Lead by Ovi. Talk about a powerful opening line, right? In the midst of life comes death. This one sentence just drops you right into a pretty grim world. We're talking England, AD 1377. This is a time of plague, of deep poverty, and a social ladder you are basically stuck on. And for our hero, the story kicks off with a huge loss. All right, so let's set the scene. We're in this tiny feudal village called Stromford, and this is where we meet our main character. He's 13, and get this, he doesn't even have a real name. Everyone just calls him Asta's son. I mean, can you imagine? That title basically screams that he's fatherless, and he's living a life of total shame and servitude. And just when you think things can't get worse, his mother, Asta, dies. His whole world just collapses. The cruel steward of the manor, a guy named John Aycliffe, immediately shows up and takes the boy's only ox as a so-called death tax. Without that animal, he can't work, he can't survive. And Aycliffe's advice? Then starve. Just chillin'. So completely overwhelmed, the boy does the only thing he can think of. He runs. He flees into the woods, but of course, he jumps right out of the frying pan and into the fire. He accidentally stumbles upon Aycliffe having a secret meeting with some mysterious, wealthy stranger. He sees him exchange a sealed document, a secret so big that Aycliffe is clearly willing to kill to keep it quiet. And our boy, he's now the only witness. So that one single moment, seeing that one secret meeting, it kicks off a chain reaction that completely shatters his life. He goes from being a poor orphan to a hunted outcast, just like that. See, Aycliffe can't just kill him without a reason. He needs an excuse. So he invents one. He frames the boy for stealing from the manor, and boom, the entire village turns on him instantly. No trial, no questions, no chance to defend himself. The steward's word is law. Then, Aycliffe declares him a wolf's head. And let me tell you, that term is absolutely terrifying. It's way worse than just being an outlaw. It means, in the eyes of the law, you are no longer human. Anyone, and I mean anyone, can kill you on sight, with zero penalty. Totally desperate, he runs to the only person who's ever been kind to him, the village priest, Father Quinnell. The priest knows something, and he's just about to reveal the boy's true identity, his real name, Crispin, when he's found murdered. The secret dies with him. And now, Crispin is completely, utterly alone. So he's on the run again, escaping into the wild with absolutely nothing. He wanders for days, just consumed by grief for his mother and his only friend, and dealing with a hunger so intense it's just this constant, gnawing pain. Every sound, every shadow could be death. He knows Aycliffe's men are out there, looking for him. He's really not a boy anymore, is he? He's been pushed to become like a wild animal, just running for his life, stripped of everything he ever knew. Okay, so here he is at his absolute lowest point, wandering through a village emptied by the plague. And then, a chance encounter happens that is going to change the entire course of his life. He finds this giant of a man, a huge, red-bearded juggler who calls himself Bear. And Bear's everything Crispin is not. He's loud, he's defiant, he's larger than life, and most importantly, he's free. He's like a walking, talking contradiction to Crispin's entire existence. Now, you'd think Bear might help him, right? Well, not exactly. Bear sees him as property. See, by the law of the time, if a serf runs away, he belongs to the first freeman who finds him. So Bear makes Crispin swear an oath to serve him. It feels like treating one master for another. But, and this is a huge but, it's through this strange new bondage that Crispin starts to learn about a different kind of life. About music, about the wider world, and about the very idea of freedom itself. So as this very unlikely pair travels toward the big city of Great Wexley, the biggest clue to Crispin's entire past and his future is hanging right around his neck. It's that simple lead cross his mother gave him. But Great Wexley is no safe haven, not at all. When they get there, Crispin makes two terrifying discoveries. First, the man hunting him, John Aycliffe, is in the city. And second, his new master, Bear, is secretly part of a rebellion against the king. Yeah, the danger level just went through the roof. Things go from bad to worse when Bear is captured. But in the chaos, an innkeeper helps Crispin finally figure out what's written on that lead cross. And it's not a prayer. It's his identity. The words read, Crispin, son of Furnival. He's the illegitimate son of the most powerful lord in the entire region. Now, you might be thinking, great, he's a noble, he's saved. No, it's the exact opposite. This revelation is the very reason he's being hunted. Aycliffe works for Lady Furnival, who's terrified that Crispin could make a claim on the family fortune. His noble blood isn't an inheritance, it's a death warrant. And this brings us right to the climax. Crispin is now armed with this incredibly dangerous truth. He has to make a choice. Use the very identity that could get him killed to save the man who's become like a father to him. So what does he do? He marches right into the Furnival palace and confronts Aycliffe head-on. This isn't the scared, nameless Asta's son anymore. He declares who he is, uses the cross as proof, and leverages Aycliffe's own fear to demand Bear's freedom. It's an amazing transformation. At the city gates, Aycliffe, of course, betrays his promise to let them go. A huge, brutal fight breaks out. But it's not just a man against a boy this time. Bear, even after being tortured, fights to protect Crispin, and together they finally overpower the steward. In a final fitting act of justice, Bear throws Aycliffe onto the swords of his own men. So, Aycliffe is dead. The hunt is over. Crispin is finally free from the man who made his life a living hell. But the question is, what does that freedom really mean for him now? And what Crispin does next is just so incredibly powerful. He walks over to Aycliffe's body and he places the cross of lead, the symbol of his cursed noble heritage, right on the dead steward's chest. He is literally and figuratively rejecting that identity, the name of Lord Furnival's son that brought him nothing but fear. This is his true rebirth. Seeing this, Bear gives Crispin a new name, a new status, one that's not based on who his father was, but one that was earned through loyalty and courage. He is now a full member of the Guild of Free Men. Crispin's journey from a nameless boy to a free man is an amazing reminder that our true identity isn't always something we inherit. It's something forged in struggle and chosen through our own actions. And it leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. What is it that truly defines who we are?